Good day traders, David here from Daily Forecast. It is Monday the 30th of January and we are to do our regular morning updates. In front of us we've got Brent oil. We'll be doing Brent, we'll be doing crude, we'll be doing Bitcoin and we'll be doing the euro. In front of us we've got Brent oil on the daily chart. And you can see if I just back up again, there's our A high, there's our B low. We bounced at the 786, we got B failure 786 down here, which led us to believe that we're going to be taking out the A high over coming days. We found resistance, and you can see we've largely gone sideways, finding resistance there and finding resistance on Friday. Resistance at this level should push price back down towards the B over coming days. So let's see what this chart does yield up. We are finding resistance at this level. So the B failure 786 down here gave us heads up that we were going to climb, but it also gave us heads up that we might most likely be taking out the A high, and the A high was at 89.34 and we came to 89.07. So we were some 30 pips out there, but you can see price rallied several hundred pips. So let's see if resistance does hold. We could get a test of that resistance followed by a fall over coming days. The 4-hour chart, which is exactly the same swing, if I just blow this up a little like that, there's our A high, there's our B low, there's the 786 you can clearly see, and there's B failure 786 that you can clearly see here as well. There you see we found resistance, price rallied back up, but inside this A high, there's the high and there's the high. That was Friday's test of this fall here. Okay, we were expecting a test Friday. I posted that only this morning, so you will be able to see on that Friday morning analysis that we were looking for price to actually rally on up and then fall down. So let's look at the 1-hour chart so we can see what we're looking at for trading purposes today. There's our most recent A high. Sorry, let me make this bigger quickly. There we go. Here's our most recent AB swing. There's our A low. Sorry, not A high. There's our A low. There's our B high. You can see price came down to the 618 and then rallied up. On Friday, we were saying we were looking for a test of 88.30, and then because that was the beginning of the BF 786 territory. And from 88.30 onwards, we'd be looking for a bearish candlestick formation. And you can see that price did rally on up, didn't take out the actual B high, gave us that bearish candlestick formation and fell back. Okay, I'll go and show you the trade on the 5-minute chart now. And, we would have made our 50-60 pips shortfall that we were still requiring to make up 120 pips last week. And you can see that it actually rallied a lot more than our 50-60 pips that we were looking for. So for today, is this a double dip entry? Are these lows going to be holding here? I'm also looking for a test. Is this Asian high going to hold here? You can see there was a gap open during Asia. Is that high going to hold, or are we going to go deeper into the test from Friday's high? If I look at my levels of interest, I'm looking at 87.64 upwards. Okay, or if I bring it further down, I'm looking at levels over here. Okay, so are we going to get a test of these levels here, of these highs here before we fall, or are we going to pull back deeper? Okay, we will have to step down to a 5-minute chart to ascertain those things. So for now, I'm still looking for price to push down to 84 over coming sessions, because that's our target. A B failure 786 with a prior 618 bounce leads me to believe that we're going down to 84 over coming sessions. So the question here merely is, are we going to be bouncing deeper, or are we just going to be falling down? The 5-minute chart on Friday, before we look at today's trade, let's look at Friday. Friday we were looking for a rally. There we go. So if I back up to the 1-hour chart around here, you can see 9, 10, 11 o'clock we hit the BF 786 area. So we were looking for something bearish, a bounce, a test, and then something short. Okay, so there's us reaching the 786 area. Okay, there's the actual bit of a rally, a pullback, another bearish candlestick formation, entry short was at this level here. Almost change this color. Let me just change this color quickly. Let me make it yellow or red. Red is probably fine. So there was the actual entry, and you can see price rallied from 88.35 down to 85.60. So more than adequate pips that we had there on Friday. So we actually reached our target last week on Brent oil as well. For today, because we're looking for a rally deeper into the swing, okay, a test of Friday's fall. Let's see if we do get a bullish candlestick formation from current levels for price to actually rally on deeper up. This might be a double dip entry. We're not sure. We will have more clarity on that once we get up to higher levels, if we go there. If in the next candle price actually turns around and falls, we will look for support down into 786. Remember, on this time frame, we only start a reversal once we take out this lows here. This A low here, this is the only time that we start a reversal on this time frame. Okay. Crude oil on the 4-hour chart. Let me just tidy this up a little here. Let me take that out. There's our A high and there's our B low at the bottom. Okay. Again, let me just back up. Price came to the 86, gave us a BF 786, which gives us heads up that we're taking out the A high, overcoming sessions. Again, we found resistance there, we found resistance there, and we found resistance there on Friday. And price has pulled back. Let's see if we get a bit of a test of that one again, followed by a fall. Okay, because failure up here at the A high leads us to believe that we're going to be heading closer towards the B low, overcoming sessions. Obviously, we're not expecting price to fall down in one shot, so we could find ourselves waving down towards the B low. The 1-hour chart on crude. Let's just back this up a little. There's our A low and there's our B high. We had a 382 bounce, okay, and then you can see price came up, gave us B failure, never took out the actual 382 bounce, and came back up on Friday and gave us a B failure trade. B failure with a prior 382 bounce leads us to believe we're heading down to 77.50, overcoming sessions. You can see we fell down. Let's see if we get another little test here, okay, followed by continuation of the fall down to 77.54. Okay, we are looking for 77.54 overcoming sessions, but we could most likely first get a bit of a test and then a fall down. Once we are in that region, then for those that do trade 382 levels, you can look for a bearish candlestick formation. My system does not trade 382s. We would have traded this if this was a 618. Like we have on Brent oil 1-hour chart, we've got a 618 prior, a 618, a 786 bounce, and a 786 B failure with a prior 618 bounce, which leads us to believe that we're heading down to 786, which is 84.84, overcoming sessions. Whereas if on crude, you can see this is a 382 bounce. Okay, the swings are a bit different right there. Euro daily, we are still in an uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. If I zoom into the current AB swing that we have here, there's our A low, there's our B high. I can take this out because we've actually got a B high in place now. Take that question mark out. I have the question mark in when we're not quite sure, or when price hasn't quite reached hasn't fulfilled our criteria as yet. So I can draw my fibs now from the A low to the B high, and you can see on the daily chart it's a very small swing. Okay, but you can let me just see it quickly, get that correct there. There we go. So price hasn't pulled back yet. In fact, we're pushing up. We are looking for, because we are in an uptrend making higher highs and higher lows, we naturally expect price to carry on rallying. That view, we maintain that view until this low here at 765 gets violated. The last A low gets violated on a sustained basis. Very hard to trade off this daily chart because it's very, very small. So I won't even bother looking at B failures or 618s or anything like that. We need this daily chart to expand a bit in order for us to be able to work with it. But on the 4-hour chart, which is really the same swing. There's our A low, there's our B high, and you can see price came to the 5-0. B failure 786 with a prior 5-0 bounce leads us to believe we're heading down to the 618. And you can see we came shy of the 618. We hit 837, the 618 was 827, so we were 10 pips shy of our target over here. And that we called up here already, the BF 786. Again, we weren't interested in that trade because it only had a 5-0 bounce. Okay. So here we're back again with a 5-0 bounce. We're back in B failure territory. Are we going to rally on up and take out 927, the B high? Okay. Or are we going to make another U-turn and actually head down? For now, this is not a tradable chart, so I won't be looking at entry opportunities on that. And the 1 hour chart that we've got in front of us here is exactly the same like the 4 hour chart. So everything that I've said for the 4 hour chart pertains to this 1 hour chart. We can see we've got a 5-0 bounce, a 5-0 bounce. We trade 6 and 8 bounces. So no entry opportunities. The only entry opportunity that we most likely could be looking at is if price falls down and actually hits the actual 618 or the 786. At that point, we'll step down to the lower time frames like we always do and look for an entry opportunity. We remain bullish until 765 gets taken out on this chart. And if price rallies and takes out the B high at 925, then these lows becomes our new A support low. Okay. Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin we've got the makings of a reversal on our hands here. If I were to draw this out, this here would be our left shoulder. Okay, we've got an inverse head and shoulders pattern that's underway. There's our head. Okay. And we are at this point now where price took out this A high. We are waiting for a B to form. You can see we had 2 candles to the right at some point, but then price rallied up and gave us another B high. So we're still waiting for a proper B to form. Once we've got that B in place, we'll draw fibs from the A low to the B high. We are then looking for a retracement. We are expecting a retracement first before price carries on and rallies on up. So once we have that B high in place, we'll draw fibs. We'll then wait for price to come lower down to a fib area before we rally on up towards higher levels. So guys, that's the analysis for today, the 30th of January. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so that you guys are alerted when I do post the actual trades. You'll see Friday's trades worked out nicely. Last week's trades worked out nicely. We've hit target again. We've hit target every week except the week before when we hit half of our target as such. So let's see how we go. If there aren't trades, guys, we do not create any trading opportunities for today. There might be a trade on Brent. And let me see Crude. What's happening with nothing on Crude. If you guys are trading Crude, remember it will be off the 4 hour chart. It will be a test of this fall on Friday, and then it will be a short entry opportunity. If price carries on rallying up and takes out the A high, we've got the start of an inverse head and shoulders on that 4 hour chart. But that's it that I see for now. Let's see how we go this week. Enjoy the trading day, and we'll chat tomorrow. Cheers.